Hello, you beautiful bitches. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for clicking this video. I do appreciate you. That's your girl Tyra, and over here I talk about my life. I do some reaction content, some drama content, and I also play with nails a lot. Whatever brought you here, I'm certainly glad to have you. So I just need you to sit back, relax, and let's get into this video. To you beautiful. I hope everybody is doing okay, and just know if you are not okay, it is okay to not be okay. Tomorrow is another day. Try again, honey. I wanted to make this video, which seems so weird 5 years in, but this is a new channel. It's a new channel for me, you know what I'm saying? It's only been around a year. But I have been on YouTube for 5 years now. I'm about to celebrate my 5-year anniversary here on YouTube. I am going to be telling a lot of stories from my past. I'm going to be talking in depth about my life and all the things. And I'm really excited about it. But I figured it's probably very important to introduce myself to a lot of you. There's a lot of you who are subscribers on this channel who didn't follow Diaries of a Homeless Chick, who didn't know me when I was homeless and sleeping in a park and living in shelters in Florida and all the things. And here it is, fast forward a couple years of my life. I'm in Chicago now. I'm actually in the suburbs right now, but, you know, had been in Chicago for the last year plus. And, you know, things are very different. Life is very different. My real life is very different. My YouTube life is very different. And I just thought it imperative that I come on here and just kind of talk to you guys a little bit and give you a little background on me and reintroduce myself to anybody who has not known of me for very long at all. Some of you might click on this video and all you really do is watch my Jessica Kent videos. So you know, I talk about drama, I talk about influencers and their bullshit and their hypocrisy and all the things, right? And I have been doing drama content like that for 5 years now. Reactionary content, reacting to their videos, calling out their BS, right? And putting their little butts to the accountability fire. That's what I've been doing on YouTube for 5 years. So much, like over 3,000 videos are no longer in existence from me. Okay, so much content where I've called this out or called that out or this person and that person, it's all gone. And it is because I went up against somebody like Jessica Kent, and she, you know, had my channel mass flagged and I lost it. Some of you found me during my Diary of a Homeless Chick. It is my most proud series ever on my channel. It is going to be my most missed content, that's for sure. I'm so sad that that content does no longer exist on YouTube, and I have hopes that one day maybe YouTube will reinstate that old channel and I will be able to, you know, put them back on this channel. I have always shared my entire life here on YouTube. When I came to YouTube 5 years ago, I wanted to talk about makeup. I wanted to talk about trials and tribulations in my life that led to bad things happening. And, you know, while those bad things happened, I also was able to rectify situations, right? And I talked about how I rectified the situation. Transparency is just what I offer here. I'm not embarrassed of my life. I'm not embarrassed of my mistakes. I'm not embarrassed of being human and being flawed. I came to YouTube seeking community that was flawed just like me. Once upon a time, you would have heard me say, like, I just want a bunch of weirdos like me, until I realized what weirdos people really are on fucking YouTube. I would never use that word for us now, honey, for our community. I'm very much an introvert in my older age, right? And it just appears that it's nicer for me to have communications online as opposed to real life. And because I have been around long enough, I do have a lot of communication throughout the day on YouTube with comments and things like that, right? So I've achieved what I had intended to achieve. But my intentions when it came to talking about my life and my, the things I've done wrong and all the things, it came with a bunch of haters. My intentions were to give people hope because I did go through a very traumatic situation, and I'll talk about it. My intentions were to show people that you didn't have to always be a shitty human. I started a series, Becoming a Better Human, right? And I just wanted to talk about things I've learned. And it wasn't even until the ripe age of 40 that I even wanted to be a good human. And I personally know that that's weird. That is weird behavior. But it's just based on how I grew up and people I hung around. And you know what I'm saying? It really was. It was a decision I had to make to become a better human. So my intentions were to show people that you can be different and, you can do bad things in your past, such as, and then there were some people on YouTube who decided I was a bad person, period, because I had ever done these things or these things had ever happened to me. So it very much bit me in the butt. I have spent many years online, unfortunately, in a corner of YouTube that no one has been able to name, with my house smack dab in the middle of a bunch of crazy bitches. And it's been that way for 5 years, and it's going to probably always be that way as long as I talk about my life. As I go into this series, there's going to be a lot of things that I confess or I talk about, and I'm talking about them so people can learn from them or say to themselves, wow, she did something similar like me, and look at, she can be a better human too. I don't come on to YouTube to get sympathy, to get money, to get pity, to get, you fucking jerk face fuck motherfucker. How did you get back so fast? Intentions are one thing, right? But when you're online, it opens you up for whatever scrutiny may be coming your way. I have learned to deal with it, and I want to take everybody along on my journey of life, because even if there's just a few bad humans who watch my videos, maybe, just maybe, they can say to themselves, you know what, if that heifer can change, I can change too. More than anything, what I've realized in the last 5 years on my journey of becoming a better human is when you give good to the world, good comes back. When you don't go after people and, seek revenge and hold hate in your heart and all the things, everything will fall into place for you. I'm somebody who complained about, oh my God, why me, while all along not being the best human that I could be. I am certainly not perfect. I have probably another 20 years to go before I really figure out this good human thing. And I know it's going to be a long journey. I know people, places, things will all trigger me. And every now and then I'm going to fumble. I'm going to revert to old bad behaviors because they're inside of all of us. The point is to try not to let that side of you come out, period, right? I do understand that sharing this stuff is going to open me for more criticism. My past will still be relevant today. It all is. All that I have shared about my past is for some reason still relevant today. No one can make me live in my past. No one can convince me that I'm a bad person. No one is going to convince me that I'm a liar, that I'm lying about my life, or any of the things. I'm not here sharing these things for anybody except for my audience. They like to hear my stories. For people who might come across these videos and say, you know what, maybe I can binge watch and let's see what this bitch is talking about. You know what I'm saying? For people to come across these videos and say, damn, she made it through that, I can make it through what I'm going through right now. My purpose on this platform has always been to share my life. My purpose has always been to go through this journey of becoming a better human online and for everyone to scrutinize so I can learn. People have said the most hateful things about me, and I still continue to make these videos. You can have your opinion of me based on my past, based on what I did 2 years ago, based on any of the things. I don't care anymore. I'm at peace with everything I've gone through and everything that I'm willing to talk about on this YouTube channel. The most important thing that I think I should say is that only in the last year have I actually exercised and really, really, really worked on being a better human. Being somebody who minds my own business, stays in my own lane, and, you know, just doesn't get into the shits the way that I normally would have in my past. There's no controversies about me in the last year. There's nothing I've done wrong online in the last year. I not only have applied everything to real life, I've also applied it to online, because in the reality of the situation, YouTube was not the place for me to be growing to become a better human. I think I needed YouTube and all of the hate and all of the bullying. I needed that to get to where I'm at today, so I don't regret it. And I, you know, as much as I wish so much of it didn't happen, I know that it happened for a reason for me, because I'm hard-headed, and you can't be a better human when you're calling women bitches and fuck yous on, you know, live streams once every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. My biggest mistake when getting into reaction commentary, drama, whatever you want to call it, was to cover small communities. And each time I covered a person, I would automatically go watch and see what they would have to say about me, since I made a video about them, and then it would end up in the back and forth. Small community drama is just not something I'm willing to take part in anymore. I covered the anti-KJ community when it was an anti-KJ community. I covered the Krama community. I covered the community that I'm parked in somehow. There is a lot of past with a lot of people that are very close in parameters, you know what I'm saying, to me. And as far as I'm concerned, all of them women are DEAD and gone, right? Like, I just don't think about them, don't care about them, not worried about them, not going to pay attention to them. You're not going to hear me going back and forth with anybody and having the dramaticals and all the things. I feel like my friend circle was expanding a little bit too much, and there was just a couple people that needed to weed themselves out, and I think that has happened, because when it comes to people being mean to my friends, I'm gonna have something to say, unfortunately. That has, you know, had me participating in some small community drama on this channel. Just because I am a flawed human and my life is not completely figured out does not mean that I can't make videos about people like Jessica Kent and call them out for their BS. And a lot of times when you are a flawed human, you know, people want you to think like, how dare you, you know, say anything about this person when you are this person. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that with me. I don't care what anyone thinks of me. That has nothing to do with what I have to think about Jessica Ken. I heard you. No one on this platform is my dad or my mom. No one on this platform is going to tell me what I can talk about, tell me who I can talk about, how I'm going to talk, where I'm going to talk, in what ways I'm going to talk, which words I'm going to use. One thing is for sure, for the last 5 years, no matter what kind of criticism I've gotten, I will always speak my mind the way I see fit. And I'm going to continue to do that no matter what kind of criticism comes from this series that I'm doing. The reality is people don't like me because they can't boss me around, and I can't be bullied to running off of the internet, and I don't cry, and I don't, you know, rage out and all the things, right? Like, I just don't do any of the things, but yet they still talk. I think that telling this story of my life, however it ends up going, because I have no idea what I'm doing here, I think it'll let a lot of you into my life, and you'll have a way better understanding of why I maybe am the way that I am. Some of you have been around for the whole 5 years, and you know why I am the way that I am because you've watched all the videos. None of those videos exist anymore, and now I'm gonna tell it all. I don't need anybody to like me. I don't need anybody to be my friend. I don't need anyone to cash at me. I don't need anyone to pity me. I'm just going to tell stories about my life so you guys can get to know me better, and maybe I'll gain a little therapy out of it. You guys love hearing about my life, and a lot of times, I think especially now that we're in the suburbs, there's not a lot to tell. My days are very boring, you know, and although I'm in a relationship, and sometimes like our relationship could come up, a video could come up about my relationship, there's not much going on in my life, and I like it that way. So while life is good and I'm settled down and I'm, you know, in a quieter place and all the things, I think it's a great time to start telling these stories. I think that my life will continue to be narrated by certain people, and narratives will be spun, things will be taken out of context and all the things, or maybe I'll be a liar. I'm not sure. You just never know. But at the end of the day, I'm going to stay true to myself. I'm going to be open and honest with a bunch of strangers, and I just hope that you guys will be along for the journey. That's all I care about, is you guys watching the videos and giving your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. There is plenty of content already on this channel where I'm talking about my life and what has been... Oh, hi Chipmunk. Hi Chipmunk baby. And what has been going on in the last year of my life, right? But you can also find plenty of terrible videos about me online, and they're probably going to be there forever. Some channels have been taken down and some videos are gone, hallelujah Jesus, but there's still some things out there. I am an extremely flawed human, and I own my flaws every rip. I have a video in which I kind of started very much talking about my life and kind of summed everything up, you know, in one video, until I realized that, yeah, I want to tell stories and give, you know, more details about my life. So I will link that in the description box. That would be the first official video, I guess, in this series for sure. In the past, I would sprinkle in stories about my life that I thought people could learn from and maybe, you know, take a little advice from, or whatever the case may be. But I think I'm going to focus on this series the best that I can, truly, and kind of sprinkle in reaction content, drama content, whatever we're going to call it. It's hard to start something when you don't know where to start. You don't know the best place to start. And I wanted to make this video so I could like introduce myself and kind of things like that, but it's probably not that way, and it's because I don't know how to introduce myself. Everybody knows me, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to, it's not like I really just got here. I've been here 5 years. It's a long damn time in YouTube world, you know what I mean? I just want to be very clear that I'm telling these stories for no other reason than for people to take something from them, to learn something, to feel better about themselves because I was such a loser. I don't know, and I don't care. I've lived a crazy hard life, and I think everybody should share their life story. I think everybody should be able to talk about their life and, you know, get these things off of their chest. And it wasn't until recently that I realized that I wanted to get these things off of my chest. And now that I'm at that place in my YouTube career, I want to do it. And I don't want to be scared and fearful of what people are going to say about it or what people will think of me or any of the things. I just want to talk about my life. That is what I'm going to do in the series to come. I'm not sure what we're calling it just yet. But again, check out the video in the description box if you haven't seen that one already. And yeah, until the next time, peace out, Girl Scout. Thanks again for coming. I hope you have a great day or night wherever it is you are, and I'll see you on the next one.